So today's agenda is very, very simple. Moving forward, I really want to make sure that we put a heavy focus on mindset and coming up with ways for us to actually get the action steps done, because there's, aspects of overwhelm, there's confusion. Although the action steps are simple, but depending on the person, you can need a bit more extra help, extra support. And what we've gone ahead and done is brought someone else into the program, just dedicated with, giving you support with mindset and just giving you step-by-step help in following the process. So Nyla, I'll let her take over as well. Today she's taken over the call. She has a couple of points prepared, just to kind of tackle the key things that most people struggle with. So inshallah, moving forward, she will be here with everyone on the program to give you that mindset help, because the action steps are very simple. They're straightforward. You just have to get it done. No matter if you're doing the outbounds yourself or you're getting it done by someone else. It's just that mindset part that people really, really struggle with. So inshallah, she's here. But yeah, Nala, if you just give a short intro. This is your first time, so just ease into it, and then we'll get on to the points.
Assalamu alaikum. I've introduced myself to a couple of you before this call. I'm Naila Hussain. I'm just here to lend a more empathetic ear. I know the action steps seem simple. They are simple, just like how any goal you want to achieve in life, work harder. It is simple. You want to get fit, go to the gym, eat less. It is simple. But there's things behind our mind that make it harder for us. And I'm just here that those harder things, I can help talk through it just to make actually performing the action steps a bit more simple. And I know some of you are getting a bit overwhelmed with the amount of information that's being thrown at you, but the timeline that's given in the program is just the fastest timeline you can do it in. If you want to take a bit more time, if you want to do it a bit more slowly, you can. And at the same time, don't try and consume so much information at once, because when you do that, you're overwhelming your own system. Your own brain wants to shut down. It doesn't want anything to do with it because you go into fight or flight mode. That's what the program is here for, to break down the information into week by week, just so you don't have to think about that. It's purposely planned out day by day, and you're purposely spoon fed it, so your brain doesn't have time to do that kind of, oh, this is too much for me, let me take a step back. It's be there to help you.
Yeah, and that's the thing that a lot of people struggle with, which is how to break things down so it doesn't overwhelm you too much. Because all you have to do at the beginning is do the outbound, so we can in total book about 30 consultations, close about 10%. That's the worst case. Ideally 20%. That's 3 to 6 closed deals. It's very simple. The program has one goal: book 30 consultations. But the issue isn't how to book those 30 consultations. The issue is how to get through your own emotions and doubts and will this work or not, and actually get to a point where you can get to that 30 consultations now. So that's the problem that we have. So Nala, how would you tackle overwhelm? How's this going to happen?
Well, first I wanted to talk about self-trust, because I feel like there is a type where you can get to discipline, but you also need to develop this trust with yourself that, yeah, I am trying my best. Deep down, we all know, just like when you're with your deen, with your work, with your family, am I really trying my best? Deep down, you all know, are you really trying your best? I can't do that for you. But you need to develop a self-trust where if you are trying your best, you trust yourself. If you are trying your best and you're doing the calls and you're doing the steps and you're not getting the results, then you need to trust yourself and think, yeah, my effort is there. I trust that my effort's there, so then I trust that the results are going to come. Just like in Islam, your effort is rewarded, then you don't doubt Allah, that is my effort going to come, is my rewards going to come. They're going to come. That's the way you need to trust this program, because that's exactly how it works.
Yeah. No, 100%. Apart from trust, how do you get over the uncertainty of the future? Will this work for me? I know it works for other people. Azam just done it himself again, but will it actually work for me? That doubt.
I just think that the doubt is something you have to ignore, because you have to realize that the doubt is what's holding you back. There's some things in life, just like big life choices, like when you get married or like just when you have kids, there's some things in life where you're doubting, oh, am I going to be good at this? Will it actually work for me? Why me? Why would I be successful at it? But those are the doubts that are holding you back and keeping you in the same position you've been in. That's the reason why you're doing this program, because there's some problem in your life that this can fix. And once you ignore them doubts and bring your discipline forward, your trust in yourself forward, and your tawakkal forward, that's when you're going to see the results.
Yeah, yeah. You know, a lot of people come to the program or whatever system that we're using with the mindset of let's just see how it works. Like, let's even if it works. Like, do you think that sort of mindset will ever achieve anything?
No, I think you need to come in a mindset that this is going to work. I'm doing it because it is going to work. There's so many testimonials. How can it not work? Do you know what I mean? There's not one time where somebody's put in the effort that was expected and they've received nothing. Because even if you were putting in the effort and you received nothing, there's so many more steps that are here for you that would make sure that would get rectified straight away. So there's literally no way you can fail at it.
Yeah, 100%. And just this week, like for the people that are kind of doing the outbounds through cold calls, I released a video kind of breaking down what approach we need to take when looking at the cold callers and the ads. And this is something I'd like to bring up again for the people that I know that are using those cold callers, etc. Guys, whether it's cold callers, whether it's ads, it's a funnel. A funnel is taking someone that doesn't know you through a process where at the end they give you money. Now, whether it's through a cold caller or ads, the ad is just showing thousands of people what you have to offer, and thousands are choosing not to even click on it. But what the cold caller is doing is just a person manually going through those thousands of people, getting rejected and getting a couple of yeses, which you would have had to do yourself by doing the $200 per week, but you're just having the cold caller do it. Now, the way and I've given you on that video examples of cost per book call, etc. It's always around 200 USD the cost per book call, and it's 1 out of 4 calls at the beginning that we will close. So your job is to analyze firstly, are we meeting the expectations of either 200 outbounds or 200 cost per book call? If we are, continue doing that. Because a lot of people think ads is the magical answer. It's just the same thing, but a lot more intense, because you're giving money to Meta, you're giving money to Facebook, and you don't have much control over it. Yes, although we can say that, ads sometimes can be quicker to actually get to our goal, because then you can spend a lot quicker and then get to the goal or the answer a lot quicker. But that's spending a lot quicker as well. That's the thing that you have to understand. So there's hard on both sides. There's hard work in doing the outbounds, and there's also hard work understanding and keeping control of yourself that, okay, just let it be. Let's just see things through and then let it actually work for me. So it's very, very important we keep in mind that are we hitting the expectations for either the cold callers to work or me doing the outbounds and then actually producing the results that I want. So it's very, very important we do that. And the pressure isn't on you. Just at least do what I'm asking you to do, right? The problem comes when you're giving suggestions on, this is how it should be, or I think it should be like this. I don't need that. I'm being very respectful, but I'm just being very dark as well. I don't need suggestions. I'm teaching you this program. So the reason I'm coming with this sort of energy as well is because I want to make it clear that for us to actually get results, you just need to follow the process. Just follow the process. That's all we need. But yeah, let's also cover anxiety. Now let's also cover how to get over that anxiety that what if I just lose this money? What if I just lose the money on either ads or cold callers or for what if I just waste all my effort that I'm putting in? How do you come over that anxiety?
Me personally, the way I do it is through religion. So I think everything is meant for a reason. You guys are all in this program for a reason. I know it's going to change some of your lives. Do you know what I mean? The reason why it wouldn't is if you're not putting in the effort. Like I said, you need to trust yourself, then trust Allah. Do you know what I mean? If you put your effort in and then you get nothing back, fair enough. That's why there's different things in place, but that won't happen. The anxiety goes when you think, okay, I tried my best, whatever happens is in God's hands now, and it's in the program's hands.
Mhm.
Then like you take it off your shoulders. It's not then your fault if you succeed or not.
Mhm.
It's not your problem if you lose the money or not. It's not about personal accountability. Then the anxiety alleviates from you because it's not personal stress. It's okay. I did all I can in my hand. Now it's up to Arzum. Now it's up to God. Now it's in somebody else's hands. I can't do anything about it anymore.
You've done your best. You've done whatever was required. Uh, but it's also not your definition of you doing your best, what is actually the definition of doing your best. And that's very, very important.
Yeah.
Hitting the KPIs and actually, making sure we follow the structure of cost per book call and taking the calls and doing whatever we possibly can to make sure those calls actually show up. That's our responsibility. Of course, we're here for feedback and kind of analyze what's happening with the data and then give you the best advice. But yeah,
Everyone's job is to make sure you follow the program. My job is, if there's a reason why you feel like you can't follow the program, you can come to me and we can work out a solution. Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you want more information. Maybe you want to do it faster. Then we can come to a solution, and then you can follow the program even more efficiently.
yeah. And for people that joined the call slightly late, the whole reason why Nyla's here now is because she will be here with you to make a plan for you and according to your situation, come up with maybe weekly one-on-ones or whatever you want, just to make sure the process is easier for you. Information is there. It's just how you digest the information might be different from person to person, but now, inshallah, it will be here for everyone now. And if you'd like, we can also make group chats with you, with Samira, with Nyla, and myself as well. But Rukayah, I know that you said you are going to be working, but are you still able to engage maybe on the chat? Just drop a one if you can. If she's not, then I guess she's working. She can't. Because I had promised her that I'd guide her through the next steps on the group call. Okay, if you hear me, just drop a one in the chat whenever you can. But anyway, let's continue.
Yeah, sorry, I can't talk right now, so I'm just listening in.
Yeah, no problem. But
Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
what I'm going to do is just kind of guide you through what to do next, because you've just got your first $1,000 client this week. So what Rukayah did was, just like everyone else, week one, week two, project one, project two, got a first client, $1,000 client. Now we're going on to the automation. So now the plan would be to make sure we can get a 200 cost per book call, either through the cold callers, or if we can't achieve the 200 cost per book call through the cold callers, we'll test out maybe a different niche leads list according to whatever the data is suggesting, and then we'll pivot to ads. Now for ads, we'll either use maybe the accounting niche, but I doubt that, but maybe realtors, or landscaping is also working well, like Ahmed showed us last week. So a couple of niches that we're going to test on ads. Now it's going to be confusing with I get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a group chat after this call with you, Nala, myself, and Samira. So the action steps part will be covered through the things that we give to you. But then, of course, if you need a bit of mindset help, Nala will also be here, literally whenever you'd like. But yeah, do let me know if you have any specific questions. If you'd like, you can type it in. But I know that you are busy right now at work. We could also cover that later. But did you have more points to mention, Nala?
No, I just wanted to also say that just even with the cold calling you were saying, I just wanted to say that don't let as a run of bad calls get you disheartened, because there's gonna be a day for you and a day against you. Like there's times in Arzum's business where he was down on his luck and now he's up on it. Do you know what I mean? And there's going to be another time when he's down on it, because life isn't linear. It goes up and down. Just like when you're on the calls, there's going to be times when everybody's saying no to you, but there's going to be times when so many people are saying yes. Then you're going to see the hope at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. So just basically kind of doing what is required, and then of course going through the rejections, going through the no's, or things not working for you. The first funnel that you start not working for you, what a shock, right? But eventually you learn from that and then get to a point where it does work for you. So it's all about testing and doing the required amount, spending the required amount. But I know we sound a bit repetitive, but I personally always appreciated repetitiveness with the right information, because then it just shows it's not that complex. It's the same thing over and over again. Just keep things simple. Lastly is just coming up with a plan. Now, for people that would want a bit of extra support in the program, shoot me a message on WhatsApp. We can create group chats. We can give you Nyla's calendar link. We can schedule in weekly one-on-ones just to give you that extra bit of support, because the fact is it's not information that is missing, it's the implementation that is missing. Unfortunately, a lot of you, and it's going downhill every single week. Like, a lot of people don't even do the Friday check-ins. I believe, if I'm not wrong, Samira, how many people have done the check-in so far? I think this morning you said 2, but any
So
updates?
one thing I wanted to mention is if everyone can do it on the Fridays, because they do get checked during Saturday midday, even on Saturday morning, that would still be a great help. But after some people do it after Sunday, which I don't think there's any point by then. So if you can do it by Friday night or even later Saturday morning,
Yeah, and
because that's the KPIs for the week, if that makes sense.
yeah. And the only reason we ask for that is because if you give us the context, then we can come up with a proper action plan for the week moving forward, and then we can make sure we actually hit the goals, rather than having the information come in on Monday, Tuesday, and then what are we going to do? It's already almost half the week gone. So let's
Yeah,
actually
we're not giving you all of these things to punish you or to take up your time. It's to help you. Like, we wouldn't be telling you to do all these things, to hit your KPIs and do all this, if it wasn't to help you.
Yeah. It's just kind of, even if you haven't done anything, just at least let me know, so then I can ask you what made you kind of skip this week. Like, was there a personal issue? Is it something that's you're finding difficult? Then we can come up with a plan. And then if it's a mindset thing, you're anxious, etc., then we can book in a one-on-one with Nyla and then go from there. So really, really important that you guys fill in the Friday check-ins. I really, really hope you can do that. And just a last reminder, guys, let's give it a strong push. For your first clients, we say at least get $200. That's just an easy ask. That's why we say that. But look, if you're confident, ask for 1,000. Like Rukayah, ask for 1.5K, 2K, even 5K if you're a really confident person. Alhamdulillah, with the help of Allah, we just did about $9,000 with FirmFlow AI. And it's just a brand new business, guys. It's just following the systems and just knowing and trusting the process. That is very, very important, that we actually do that. So yeah. Anyway, before I end off, I'd like to show you a quick few things that I have done for FirmFlow AI. It is a brand new business, so I'm figuring things out on the way. So we've got about like 5 or 6 clients at the moment. I think 6, and like we're at a point where now we're coming to a point where they need to then make the Facebook accounts to start running the ads. And we were asking them, would you like to record the video ads yourself? Meaning the client, my client, would you like to record the video ads yourself, or should we kind of hire a UGC person? UGC is like basically someone recording the ads for you. That's it. And that's also possible. You know how I tell you guys, you don't need to put yourself out there. You don't need to. You just pay someone, a UGC content creator, and they can do all the ad recording, all that stuff, and then you can hire a closer to then take the calls. But that comes eventually, the closer part, because you need to have built out a sales process for them to follow. But anyway, quick one. So the process for onboarding is, I'll share my screen with you and show you exactly what I have got so far and what I'm having them follow. And please, guys, just drop a 1 in the chat if you're following, 2 if you're not, then I can explain things again. It's very important. This is literally the stuff that you have to do. So, cool. So this is the ideal customer onboarding form. When someone pays, like we had a new client this week, I gave him on the call. So I took the payment with the contract, and then I gave him this. So he needs to fill out exactly what he wants from his ideal client, right? He's going to fill all this out, daily budget, all that stuff, right? Once he's done that, then I'm going to add him on a Slack channel. Now, Slack is just an app, communication app, it's like a group chat app. You don't have to use it, but it's just my media buying team uses this, and that's what we use. So here's what it would look like. So they fill this out. They shoot me a message saying, Azam, I'm finished the form. Then I add them onto this Slack channel. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Right, so I told, here's a Slack channel. You don't need to see everything, but just I told Andre, one of my team members, okay, now add this guy called Mohammed, who's a new client, and then I sent him a welcome voice message, and then I gave him this sheet that I'm going to now show you to fill out, which is basically him making his ad account and him making a Facebook page if he doesn't. And here's the interesting part. It's so simple. They just have to click on the action steps individually. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So step number one, create the business manager, create ad account, add payment method, blah, blah, blah. But now here's the interesting thing. Sure. Now, it's that whole thing of, I need to follow the action step by step. Where do I go? I can't access the website, all that stuff. So here's what we did for them. Oh, not this. By the way, is everyone with me? Let's drop a one in the chat. I'm not rushing past anything, right? Cool. Right. So now that we know if you see this, and I didn't even know this existed. It's called Tango. My media buyer gave me this, and all they have to do is look at this. To create this ad account, they have to go on Facebook settings. Now, question is, I don't know where's Facebook settings and how do I get to all that stuff. So all they need to do is click on this. And it's just a link that takes them directly to it. Then how to do step number 2. Here's a link that takes them directly to it. Right? And here's the link, blah, blah, blah. All right, so they get this done. So for example, I'll show you when Kenny did it, one of our clients. I sent it to him, and then he's like, I've done the steps. That's it. He's connected everything. Now, I'll show you the launch brief that we sent to everyone. Should I share my screen? I think that's going to be a bit too much if I do that, but anyway, hopefully you guys can see it. But this is just the launch brief that we sent to them. They have all the ads over here, the stuff that they've given to me on the onboarding form. They have all the ads over here, and they just give us the approval. Here, approved or not approved, and then we go live. Simple. Productize the process for delivery. So whether it's 1 client, 2 clients, 3 clients, it's the exact same thing. And what I'm hoping to do is within the next 10 or so clients, then come up with a way where it's just copy paste. Okay, Ethan wants this. Ethan wants to go after law firms. Okay, cool. Just change the word to law firms. This guy wants to go after gyms for his fractional CFO services. Fair enough. Change the word. So it's productized. It's like a kind of conveyor belt. Like, if you do the things in a certain way, most likely the result will be the same. Of course, there's technical issues that come up, and here you go. Here's an example. Like Mohammed, he's not able to add on his payment method. Now, I don't know why. I just, I said try again today, but he's like, I'm not able to add on my payment method. So these things come up. It's nothing to panic. It's nothing crazy going on. The whole point of business is solving problems. So you have to be the person that, okay, you embrace that, you're just going to have to take it one step at a time, and as problems come, you're going to have to solve them. There's nothing crazy that's going on. If there was to be a problem, if the client's not getting leads, or there's an issue with the ad, or ad account gets shut down, that's normal. You are going to have to solve those problems, of course, with my help being there as well. But yeah, so what we covered was, number 1, give them the onboarding form, then add them on the Slack channel with the team, or group chat with the team. So they have questions, your team can answer it, right? Because I don't want to be there answering questions. Then number 3 is give them the instructions. on how to actually do all the Facebook ad account setup and how to connect to everything. And then lastly, give them the pre-launch brief, meaning this is what we're going to run for you. Are you okay with that? And yeah, and then you go live, and then you do the daily tracking, meaning you ask them for feedback through this form. That, you know, what's going on? Are you happy with the leads? And then according to that, you feed that back into the system and improve that. That basically ensures the client will be happy. 1 in the chat if that made sense, 2 if it didn't, and I'll cover it again. I only see 1 person has responded. We need a few more. 2 if it didn't make sense, I'll cover it again. Okay. A few more. I just want to confirm. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much everyone. Yeah, so it's very simple stuff. If you want a bit more context behind certain things that I've just mentioned, shoot me a message on WhatsApp. But guys, I'm really glad to be saying you have no excuse. I'm doing it once again in front of you from scratch. What are you going to say now? It doesn't work for me. Why doesn't it work? Just stick to the process long enough so it actually works. Inshallah, hopefully you found the introduction to Nala beneficial. Hopefully you guys can, you know, have it support you to your own stuff and be there and help you come up with ways on how to come up with a creative plan, considering your personal situation and how we can actually make this work, no matter what it is. Yeah, shoot me a message if you have any questions on this. But inshallah, I'll speak to all of you next week. Assalamu alaikum.